It's Danu on fire in and out of Colombo, and this time around we are in the heart of it. We're at Dutch Hospital and we are going to check out Tap House by Aranath. This is a fancy place, I'm sure you know. Friday nights, music is fabulous, lots of people gather, dance, it's sweaty, it's fun. But today we are going to just enjoy their great menu. They've also expanded their menu, and add to all of that, I needed a fabulous guest and I can't wait to speak to Charini. I'm in conversation with Charini. After a long time, I'm getting on one of my shows. I'm so happy to have you. How are you doing, dear?
Very good.
All right, you're looking bright and like a dodang gediya.
Dodang, I don't think is
like lime, no? Lime gediya. Lemon gediya.
Lemon.
Yeah. So tell me, how are you doing and how are you with the upcoming CFW?
Really busy because we are coming to the last few weeks before the show. So
And you cut your hair off as well.
yeah,
Stress.
but I think that I'm anyway into short hair. It's so hot. How can anybody have long hair? I don't know. So that's because of that, not because of stress. But yeah, really busy.
Okay, so now you have been a part of the runway for a long time. Now, for those who might be confused, so Charini, or will not know her brand, so Charini has a brand called Charini, but your start into fashion didn't exactly start with the outerwear.
That's right.
Yeah, you came from in to out.
Into out.
Yeah, so tell me about your innerwear collections. Have you stopped completely now?
No, I'm doing for small orders, but I'm not doing for the bigger retailers like the ASOS orders and all. It's you have to be at it, and it's a different market altogether. So
and if you build yourself with it, that's it.
You can't. Now I'm more with the setup here, but I'm concentrating more on my outerwear brand. So I'm taking only the smaller orders for more boutiques, exclusive boutiques, and not the big orders for lingerie at the moment.
Okay, so when we speak about fashion, everyone speaks about Sri Lanka being like a hub for a lot of back end for fashion, not exactly the mainstream where you want designers showcasing. Has this changed from the time you started to today?
Definitely, because I've seen the fashion industry change for the past 10-15 years that I was in the industry. So because I also come from a background where I've worked for a corporate apparel manufacturer, so I've seen both sides of this spectrum. So I feel there's a massive acceptance when it comes to Sri Lankan fashion now, because at one point most of the consumers were proud to fly abroad and buy the brands and come but they've understood that appreciating something that is locally
in-house,
produced, more sustainable, and supporting something within the community takes people a long way. I think people have realized that now.
Yeah, and also we are matching up to an international level in terms of what we do and what we don't do.
Wait,
Warm, no?
I'm like, put it there.
That's it.
Put that like so that I don't look like a pig that you have just dragged from the street.
We have to just chop that off.
Chop, no.
Charit, you put that in black and white or something, like behind the scene.
Behind the scene.
But only you think you're sweating.
I am sweating, man.
No, just drink now, drink. Can we continue from here? You have stopped traffic on the road. Now eat. Now this show is also about food. Now you and I have suffered the body curves.
Still suffering.
I am of course permanently embracing the fact that I am someone who is supposed to be larger in life.
I am somebody, I can't even be like diplomatic about it and say I can embrace my...
Hello,
no,
after 2 babies you look fabulous.
Well, I'm far from being okay with my
Listen,
size.
I look like I've been pregnant all my life. Can we dig in? Alright, so this is an edible roti base that you can eat the whole thing. You can eat the plate that's holding it and the food that's on it.
Okay, right.
I'm seated this way because I wanted the breeze.
Oh, yeah.
So now you are a mama.
Yes.
How are you in the kitchen? Can you cook?
I can cook. I can cook basically any cuisine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I used to live in London at one point, so I mean, we don't have the luxury of having maids
In-house
cooking.
and all.
So I can cook from pretty much anything.
Your husband can cook as well.
He can cook as well.
He actually can cook.
He can,
Yeah.
for real. Like
Yeah.
it's not frying an egg and making, putting butter on toast. He can
Not
cook.
survival food. He can
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
cook up a storm. So when you were growing up, how were you at home?
I didn't do anything
It shows.
because my father is a hotelier. We didn't have to cook or clean or do any of those
Right.
things.
So you all lived hotel after hotel.
Yes, all our life. But then you don't need to cook or clean.
Yeah, because
but
it's
then
in-house, yeah.
It's in-house, yeah. But then you get sick and tired of the same food, which
Yeah.
is served over and over again. But then after I got married, I have started cooking on and off.
Okay.
But in Sri Lanka, we have that luxury of having.
But you know, I
people
always
help.
wanted to live in a hotel. Because you
Well,
get your
it's-
laundry done.
Yes,
You get your
that's
bed
nice.
put.
Yes,
You always in a
Bathrooms
controlled
clean.
temperature.
yes.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, you always have fresh toothbrushes.
But
Depends
now the thing is, no, when you're in it, you don't like it. But now we are out of it.
You
now
want it.
I want it. When I go and stay in a hotel for
You're
a
like-
holiday, I'm like, you know what? Our house still is not like a hotel.
No.
That's because it's not a hotel.
Yeah, there's something in those pillows, I tell you.
Pillows
They
and the
just let-
fact that you pack light and you don't have your entire
Yeah.
wardrobe.
You have to stick to those 3 underwears that you take.
Exactly. Wash and wear.
Alright, so when you were growing up, were you a fashionable girl?
I think so. I have always had the. I mean, well, I think so.
You're suffering to eat.
No. I'm like trying to. Sorry, I didn't put this.
You're
on
just
side.
trying to make phone calls. And
No,
what
no,
kind
I'm
of a
not
date
sorry.
are you on with me?
No, I'm like sorry. That's my husband calling.
sorry, that's-
Like it's not very important, but he's
Ah.
just calling.
Husband, no, let him wait now. I'm going to go back to that now. So what was he saying? Now you confused my thought of questions.
Mm-hmm.
What was I? Oh, sorry, you have chicken in your mouth. Can we take a break? We'll come back after the break. All right. This is a fabulous place because I wanted to check out the new menu, and you will never see us going to a club these days because we are all like partying on a Friday or Saturday night because we have hit that age in life where we feel the bed is more luxurious at times. Yeah.
Bed and Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix. This is made for us. But the food here is brilliant. We'll come back with more. Do stick around. It's Danu on Fire with the stunning Charini.
Get off your seat, clap your hands to the beat, grab your champagne glass tonight. We toast to freedom in the Caribbean, yeah, in the Caribbean, yeah.
Welcome back to the show. It's Danu on Fire and in conversation with Charini. A lot of people call you Charini, no?
Yes.
But it's Charini.
Cha.
I got it.
Me.
Don't stop with cha.
Charini.
All right. So now, growing up time, how was it for you? Like, were you an introvert? Were you an extrovert? Were you a tomboy? What type of person were you?
Definitely a tomboy. And I had a lot of friends. Like I love hanging out with people, so it was always
Loudmouth.
yes.
Were you a bully to others?
No.
Really?
No.
You look like the type I will not like to be sit next to
Really?
in class. Yeah.
No. I was. No, I was quite good with all of them. I mean, I think that they're still like I used to be like one of those funny ones.
You must be a happy bully. Like
Happy bully, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Because we always speak about the now person, but what was it when you were growing up is always the fun thing.
Yeah.
But when you were in school, did you ever think that your life will turn out what it is today?
No.
Did you ever think that you'll become a designer?
No, to be honest.
So you
no.
got into Moroto University.
Yes.
For what? You got into design.
So I want to do something in the creative industry, but
Okay.
I was not too clear whether it's like just design or whether it's architecture, because I
Pottery.
like not pottery, let's say. I like architecture also and interior.
Because
so I
now-
didn't know which way it's going to swing, but I did like the creative industries.
But in Moroto University, they give you like a basic examination,
Yes.
and in that, if you, depending on how you are passed, is how you get into the different trades, right?
Not really. You can apply for it, and at that time they took 25 from the country. So you have to sit for this exam. They ask some creative questions. You have to draw. You have to do some abstract drawing, because I've never done art in my life. So.
Okay. Did you draw like this plane crash or something?
Yeah, like somebody who's jumping off a building, what they feel or
Oh,
something
God.
like that. So
Okay.
I think it's a creative thinking that they judge more
Okay.
than the.
So what did you draw? I would have just drawn a splash of colors. I mean, it's like how
I
fast
actually
you go.
I can't remember, but there were two drawings. One was that abstract thing of somebody falling and what they feel,
An
and the other
object.
one was no object. So thank God I did not. I did not pink it because I don't know the techniques. So because I have not done art, I have to go with something. So the something was some little details. Actually, it was temple art. I
Okay.
think I still love temple art, and I do collections inspired by temple art, and
Okay.
I think I have the knack of this. I
Right.
like historic things.
Yeah.
So
I remember when we were in school, you had to do that with that. Like
Yeah.
this. We had to design sari, border wall, border, all of those.
oh, so you've done more designing than me in
I
school.
love art in school. I wanted some subject that I would pass, man, not fail. So I did art.
I picked literature. I didn't do
God,
art.
my spellings are
No.
atrocious. I killed the queen 100 times and she's still dying every time I write something. Eat, no? Eat,
Okay,
eat.
better.
Yours is a Kochi rice.
Okay.
There's Kochi in it and Kochi sausages in it.
Okay, let's see how it is.
I have an egg rice. I love egg rice anyway. Okay, so what were we talking about? Yeah. So now, right. So if you had not got into fashion, what would have you got into? Architecture. Architecture is the first. It's when you. It's the first option that they give.
No. You can pick whether it's architecture or design. So I sat for both exams.
Okay.
And then I picked design because I thought that I have the option of picking, because it's architecture, it's only architecture. So now I can pick whatever other
Design category you want.
Yes, but at that time, like it was donkeys years ago. So like you don't have a clear idea as to what it is, right?
Yeah, it's a huge burden, no, at
It's,
that age to think.
Well, it was no, it was not this complicated. It was like, okay, I studied bioscience, but I'm not going to become a doctor. So I like to do something creative. So I sit for an exam. I never think that I'm going to pass, because if they're picking 25 people from
Yeah.
the whole of Sri Lanka, no way that I'm going to pass, because I don't know to draw nicely. So you don't think
So
it's
much
not,
into
it's
it.
not so complicated.
But it's amazing because Moroto University, what a lot of people tend to ignore is the fact that they are actually state of the art
Yes,
in
yes.
terms of the qualification they give you, the lecturers who help you
Yes.
out. But do you think all the kids who get the opportunity thrive and do something out of it?
Well, if I am to generalize, I think majority do, especially from that particular university, because you have a lot of students who have that, you see the competition, you're based in Colombo, you have access to the industry more than somebody a bit more far, like outstation. So I guess Moroto University students actually make the most of their student career, I feel.
Okay. Because a lot of people underestimate the value of this government institution that gives you fashion, because you get a British qualification, right?
No. I
Affiliated.
studied under the architecture faculty. I didn't study under the other part.
Oh,
There
right,
are
right.
two sections of the
Right,
same
right.
university doing design, so I was under the architecture faculty.
But I was told you were a
So-
very smart student.
Is it? Oh, that's good to know.
I know of a common friend we have who was in the same batch
Yes.
with you, right? Oh, 1 year.
1 year junior, yes.
Small world, no? I always can find kudu. Let's get into our other segment when we do come back. A little bit about what's our collection going to be this time around at Colombo Fashion Week, as championing big names this time around. So let's see how that's going to work out on the other side. You stick around. Final segment, we are at Tap House R&R and I'm in conversation with Charini. And Charini, you tell me now, this year's Colombo Fashion Week is a big deal for you. How many years have you been showcasing?
10 years now.
10 years, you're a big girl. So tell me, what's this year's collection all about? Inspiration, little
Little bit of
sneak peek.
Sneak peek. Again, inspired by historic elements,
Okay,
making it a bit more modern,
right.
making it a bit more funkier, using local techniques.
Your silhouettes are always very flowy and for women of any size and things like that.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get out of that. I'm trying to get out of being branded as a brand that does oversized clothing. But the reality of it is that's what sells. But
Can I tell you something? We Sri Lankans can be perfect in all parts of our body. Somehow that little butt butter pops out.
So I do
Eat.
Yeah. So
Eat your cherry. You like cherry? No?
Yes,
You can have
I
mine
do.
as well.
Okay, I'll have both cherries. I already had one on the cherry.
That's okay. That's a different cherry. Pop all the cherries you get, my darling. Pop it all. So where was it? This conversation always goes dirty. With you.
And it's just not even, well, it's not too late in the night, but then,
No, it's
yeah.
okay. Such an innocent way of eating.
What do you mean? Like, you want me to like take the plate and gobble the whole thing?
Where do you school?
I schooled in Bandarwala. Oh, I always tell you know about the village story far away from Colombo.
Yeah, I'm also the same. I'm also not a Colombo.
So definitely not from Colombo. Yeah, but quite happy that I experienced different
all parts of life.
parts of life. Yeah.
Okay, now coming back to your collection, I don't know, these people might think I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay, so where were we?
We were
Coming
talking
out of
about
this, like
Colombo Fashion Week.
an overshaped or like one size for all kind of outfits.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So I do very fitted clothing for orders.
But you have created a brand name which is known for that, which is a great thing.
And then drapes.
Mm.
That's also the thing that I practice a lot, and people know my brand to be one of those brands that does drapes. So Colombo Fashion Week this time again, I'm not going down the oversized route because I like to kind of shuffle things up a bit.
Okay.
So the moment I feel that I'm getting branded for one thing,
You break.
I break.
Okay.
So I was getting branded for doing only drapes or more drapes, and I'm like, no. You know what? I'm going to do something else.
Yeah, but that's the way you can keep yourself on the loop as well, no?
Yes, of course.
Now you have had international exposure. You have worked with international brands. When you apply such principles to Sri Lanka, how do you feel? Like, how has it been?
So that's the thing. Now, Colombo Fashion this time is going down an ethical route, promoting sustainable fashion. And my brand has always practiced sustainability and being ethical because I was with Estetica, London Fashion Week, 5-6 times. So it's all about being ethical. But once I came back to Sri Lanka from London, I felt that a Sri Lankan consumer would, maybe not that they don't appreciate, just that they would, it's not a priority on their list. It was not a priority at that point.
We were also not exposed to such things. I must say the youth is. Like the youth really wants to, you know, reuse, recycle and be environmentally cautious. Yeah.
So, but now I like the fact that Colombo Fashion Week this time is making ethical fashion cool and endorsing the fact that you can reuse, you can rewear, you can go down that route where you support brands that talk about sustainability. So I like that initiative because personally for my brand it's quite a relevant topic. So
how do you handle fashion, store, motherhood, wife, society? How do you handle all of this? Were you ready to be a mum when you became a mum, or was it like a reality hit? Boom! Oh my God!
I think nobody's prepared to be a mom.
Yeah, no.
You can prepare to be a wife. You can be prepared to be a designer. Nobody's prepared to be a mom.
Yeah.
It's a different thing altogether. But I think one thing I'm good at. I think is multitasking because I get bored if I do just one thing. So it's not a. I mean, well. That worked for my advantage, so I can do within one day. Like if you take my day from morning till now,
today itself,
the amount of things I've done, it's so diverse. It's not being at my studio, and it's not only picking and dropping kids. because I've decided to be quite involved with the children's activities also. So I try to balance it both.
Yeah.
But I stretch myself doing those things, but managing. Yeah.
Would you ever step into bridal? Have you been a part of it?
Yes, I just started doing bridals.
Okay.
It's a new thing for my brand, and I have actually done bridals in the past, but not a lot. I have done in the past, but I've just not really ventured out and promoted myself as a bridal
Because
designer.
a lot of people, for a lot of ladies, especially in Sri Lanka, I think the first time they experience that very coutoured outfit is when they are becoming a bride. That's when they
Yes.
experience that whole process of made
Yes.
to measure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think now we do a lot of made to measure evening wear. So it's now just one step for me with the bridals. So I've taken that challenge on board, and now we are launching a bridal line soon after Colombo Fashion Week. So yeah, I think now we're ready to fully go with the bridal line and venture out in that area as well. But I'm very conscious that I don't want to be labeled as a bridal designer only because I want to keep
Or
my...
you don't want to be labeled as anything, you just want to be labeled as Charini.
So the moment I see myself labeling as something,
Boom.
you know what? No,
Plugs are pulled.
it's not there.
Yeah, that's not there. You don't give that satisfaction to
never.
anyone. Brilliant. On that note, we're going to wrap things up. Thank you so very much for being here. Bright as yellow, and it has been fabulous. As always, she's so much of fun to talk to. Very positive, never takes anything personally. And that's the spirit you need, especially in this industry. If you're going to sit and cry in a corner for everything that people say, my God, you'll never get out of the house.
Exactly, and there's a time. It's not even worthwhile.
You have not scheduled a crying session today.
I don't have the time.
All right, on that note, we need to wrap things up. Thank you so very much for hosting us here. Thanks for the food. We actually backed the main course a bit too much. On that note, I wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
And thank you to all our sponsors. We will see you with another cool episode to Danu and Fire. It's a wrap.